Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. This is going to be an amazing week. So, how many of you guys were on the family call last night? So
I was.
you all know the announcements that are happening. Great. So I'll recap real quick, just in case for anybody that watches this, if they don't know. So we had the Boston event yesterday, and they announced double distributor points for Margaritaville. So we're still getting points this month for that trip. Instead of 200 points a distributor, we're going to get 400 points a distributor this week only. I wasn't sure if it ends on Saturday or Sunday because I didn't get a chance to be on the family call. I was eating dinner because I had like literally 8 Zooms with you guys. So I wasn't able to hear what the deadline is for the Margaritaville points, but
It's the rest of the month.
The double points for distributors? No, it's this week only.
Oh, for the distributors, yeah, but I'm saying for us.
Yeah. Well, it's in your eSuite and it's also in your Connect app. So look there. I'm sure they'll give you the deadline for that. We also got training on having a pop-up shop. So that's basically what I'm going to talk about today is having a pop-up shop. This how-to guide is in your eSuite. All you have to do is go to the document section, type the word pop, and search it, and this will come up. This is a step-by-step how to have a pop-up shop. Every single thing you need to know. Places to go host them, how to book them, what to say, how to follow up. They put absolutely everything in here that you could think of. They have a special, which you can look in your eSuite and you'll find it. They have a special pop-up product bundle right now in our eSuite, and I just looked at it before I got on here. That bundle gives you absolutely everything you need to host a pop-up. It's a bag of chocolate greens, a bag of super greens, a bag of super reds, 2 bags of collagen, 2 bags of coffee, and 20 samples of defining gel. So if you're going to do expos, events, pop-ups, I suggest you get that because it's everything you need and it'll last you for a little bit. So that's in there. And then what else did I want to say about the pop-up shop?
How much?
It's $259 and the BV is $155. And right, I'm not gonna spend too much time going through this because it's in your eSuite. You guys can read it just like I'm doing right now. So there is also that link for the Amazon supplies of what they had exactly on the table that they showed at the event. That's in this document. So you can find that there. I know Taina put that Amazon link in the chat yesterday. So if you scroll up to yesterday, you'll see it there too. All the printable signs to have on your table are in the eSuite too. You'll see printable pop-up sign section in the documents. Just type the word pop-up and all of the things that will be printable on the table, including the text to delivery and putting in your phone number, all of that is in your eSuite, okay? So if you guys have problems finding it, let me know, but everything's in there. So that's where you're gonna find all that stuff. Let's talk about how do we get these going? How do we ask people? How do we get one-on-one appointments? How do we ask people to do these pop-ups for us? And what do we do at an expo? Okay, so Stacy and I have been doing this business a little over 5 years, and we're very familiar with doing parties. Now we're calling them pop-ups, okay? So that's how long we've been doing it, that we've changed the name of what we call it like 3 times. So Stacy and I have been doing it for over 5 years. I still do one-on-one appointments to this day. I still do events to this day. I haven't done an expo in a while because honestly, they're a lot of work and I need more than one person there, and it usually takes all day or all weekend. But I do plan to do any that pop up in this area because I am growing my business locally. So if you haven't grown your business locally where you live, these are the things that you can do to make that happen. It's always important to have a local presence. Let me tell you why. Because 9 out of 10 times when I walk into a room of a sip and sample and I ask people, have you heard of It Works before? Have you heard of the body wrap before? When they raise their hand, the next question I ask them is, have you tried it? None of them have tried it. If they've seen it at all or they've heard of it at all, it's been because they've seen it on Facebook or Instagram. So do yourself a favor and be the person that signs them up because you sampled products for them. Because all those distributors that they saw on social media and Instagram and Facebook posting about products, those people didn't sign them up. But you are going to sign them up because you took the time to have them try the products. And we all know, just like what Nina Moore said yesterday on the training, women buy things that they can taste, touch, and smell. So if you're providing samples of products for them to taste and they like one or two, three things that you sampled for them, that's your customer. And that's not just your customer one time. That's your customer for months of your business. Okay? As long as you continue to connect with them and have a relationship with them and ask them what other goals they have, and you take the time to do that, they will continue to be your customer for a very long time. We'll do a separate training all about customer retention because that's like a totally different topic. But today I just wanted to talk about how do we get in front of people. Okay, so when I started my business, Facebook was not like how it is today. I used it solely to connect with my friends of my friends and ask them if I could meet up with them so I could show them a catalog and sample some. At the time, we just had greens is what was sampleable, and wraps. Ask them if I could put a wrap on them. Ask them if I could, have them try some greens. So I would set that up, go to Starbucks, oftentimes go in the bathroom, put a wrap on them, take a before and after picture, and then there was $25 in my pocket. Every single time I booked an appointment, a one-on-one with somebody, I knew that I was going to either make cash money, sign them up on the spot, or ask them to have a party for me. Now we're calling them pop-ups. I'm going to have to get used to that. Ask them to have a pop-up, what do we call them now? Sip and sample for me. So that was like why I was meeting up with them. One of those three reasons or all of those three reasons. So when you go into an appointment with somebody, you have to know what your goal is. Like, what do you want to get out of meeting with that person? Okay. And you guide the conversation. Some of you guys don't know how to book an appointment. So let's start there. Or you don't know how to book a sip and sample. So I'm going to give you a couple tips about that. You just ask them. That's it. Do you want to try this? Cool. All right, let's get together. If they're local to you, there's no reason why, they won't. And you can tell them, I have a couple things I want you to try. And then you just bring whatever it is that you have at home that you can sample for them, and a catalog is helpful. But if you don't even have catalogs, then email them a catalog. Like, if you just show up with coffee and that's it, that's all you got, that's fine. Book the appointment anyway. Have them try it. And then when they're trying it, you tell them why you like it and why it's worked so well for you. And that's the opportunity that I get out my phone and I show people my before and after picture. This is why you have to have an accurate and current before and after picture. And then I go on to show them my customers before and after pictures or people on this team's before and after pictures. Because those are people I personally know. So if they ask me a question like, what did they do? How long did they do it? I know the answer because I talk to you guys every day. So I know how much weight you lost, how long it took you to do it, and all that good stuff. So look at these appointments and these sip-in samples as money in your pocket, because that's what they are. When you're meeting up with somebody off of social media, like go on your social media today and find out how many people on your social media live locally to you, and start there and say, hey, I know we've been talking about this coffee wraps, whatever the heck you've been talking to them about. Would you be open to meeting up with me, if they work a 9 to 5, after work sometime this week or this weekend? What works best for you? Trust me, they will want to meet up with you. They will appreciate the fact that you're wanting to take the time for them to try something before they buy it. And the likelihood that they're going to buy it after they try it is like shoots through the roof. Remember what Alyssa Marie said yesterday. When you do a pop-up, or when you are one-on-one, face-to-face with somebody, you compress time. She said one meeting with a person in person compresses 60 to 90 days on social media of work. So take the time to do this. And I challenge every single one of you on this Zoom to do at least 2 of these. Okay? Just 2. That's all I'm asking you to do. If you're going for a promotion, I suggest you do more, because it's just going to help your volume. I have been doing this for a while, so borrow my confidence if you don't have it, okay? When I walk in and I have a meeting with somebody or I have a sip and sample with them, I already tell myself before I walk through the door, I'm signing them up. They're my customer. They're my distributor. I put that out there. I put that goal in my head, because I know if I get a wrap on them, they're going to want more reps. They're going to see after 45 minutes, like, oh my gosh, this did this in 45 minutes. What's 3 more of these going to do? So you have to have that positive mindset walking into the situation. That's extremely important. Even if you don't know what the heck you're doing and you're reading literally off of a piece of paper because you don't know what to say. If you have the confidence walking in that the products work because you're using them and you know that they work, the person is going to buy it from you. It's just the way it goes, okay? Nobody goes into the mall to buy a pair of shoes with $50 in their pocket and leave the mall without buying a pair of shoes. That's just what women do. We do that, okay? So they're showing up, they're ready. I've even had people that are telling me, I'm not going to buy anything from you. I walk in that room, I sample stuff for them, and they're like, oh my gosh, I like this, I like that, I like this, I like that. How can we get this started? My budget is this. Can we start with just this one product or these 2 products together? And then, as the months go on, I'll try the other ones. So that's why this is such an important tool for your business. If you have not done this yet, do 2 of them this month. Make that your goal, personally. All right? If you're new, I'm not expecting you to know what to do, okay? Whoever sponsored you, whoever signed you up is going to help you with this. They're either going to show up with you, or if they are too far away and the location's an issue, we will show up via Zoom. And we will be on FaceTime or Zoom with you. And you don't need to know what to say. We'll do all the talking. You just have the product to sample for that person. Okay. So Stacy and I call this old school because this is how we worked our business. Okay. I'm going to reiterate why this is important and why this is a skill you should have. Stacy shared with me last night her highest paycheck as a Ruby, her volume at the highest that it was 15,000. Now today, 15,000 is double diamond volume. She had double diamond volume and she was making a diamond paycheck, almost 1,000, 1,200 is what she shared with me, because everybody on her team was doing this. Everybody on her team was putting wraps on people. Everybody on her team was having sip and samples, one-on-one appointments. This is what she taught everybody to do. And her volume was really, really high. As a result of it, she was making more than the average that a Ruby makes because she's doing this. So I'm going to hand this over to her now, and she's going to tell you about sip and samples, how she does them, how she gets people to say yes to her to do them, and like what she does when she's actually in the room and doing it for people. So go ahead, Stacy.
Hi, girls. Long time no see. Okay, so I had to hide in my bathroom so I can talk to you guys. But yeah, me and Melissa were talking yesterday, and you know, I told her, social media. I think I lost myself a lot because I hid behind the screen. Okay, after. But when I first started this business, you guys, I was so excited, and I was booking appointments, one-on-one appointments like nobody's business. I was wrapping moms on the soccer field, 10 o'clock at night, late night games. I mean, I was wrapping everybody everywhere because I was just so excited to get this wrap on people. And like Melissa was saying, back then, all we had was greens and wraps to sample. But now we have so much stuff, and it's just incredible. So I told her, girl, I am taking it back old school. Like, and we did a freestyle. She totally freestyled for me. But we're going back old school, and I'm going to start getting back in front of people because I think that's where I kind of lost myself. It was like, oh, social media, it's so easy. It's so easy. We can work from our phone. But no, you guys, when you get in front of people, it is so different. I mean, people feel that vibe, that energy. I mean, they see how excited you are, and it's sold. Like, no matter what, you're gonna sign everybody up in that room. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking it back old school. I'm gonna start. I mean, I already have 5 parties. Yesterday I had 2. Went to bed. I was messaging. Woke up with 3 messages. So now I have 5 booked for this month. I'm having 1 tomorrow at my house.
Stacy, really quick, can you walk us through like how you booked that many since last night? Like, what are you saying to people to make them say, okay, yeah, I'll meet you at this time, or yeah, come over?
I'm saying, hey girl, you want some good company and some bomb coffee? Like, come hang out with me. Let's chaffle. I've been in this whole chaffle thing, and it's a keto low carb, and I got added into this group, you guys, and I've made friends with so many people in this chaffle group. And it sounds funny, but and actually 2 of those people are locals from Las Vegas. Never met them on this chaffle group, and that's who I book parties with. So yeah, I'm letting them know, hey, you can come over, we'll chaffle it up, we'll bake, we'll chaffle, we'll have some coffee. And one of the other girls was like, can I bring my girlfriend? And I'm like, heck yeah, you can bring your girlfriend. So you know what, I use a lot of voice messaging. I barely ever text anymore or type. I'm always voice messaging just so they can hear the energy and the excitement from me. But that's pretty much it. Like, I'm taking it back old school, you guys. So honestly, if I were you, like, start booking those appointments. Get on the phone. Tell them, hey, let's hang out. Be genuine about it. You know what I mean? Let's hang out. Let's have some coffee. I want to show you some cool stuff I have. You know. And I did a couple expos. I did the LA Women's Expo my first year in the business. It was a little pricey, but we went in. There was 4 of us girls, and we went in on it. And it was a 2-day event, and we got so many leads. And let me tell you guys, that's when my highest paycheck was because we went out there, we did those expos, we got follow-ups after follow-ups after follow-ups, and we were just calling everybody, getting on the phone. So that's how it was when I first started the business. Be personable, get on the phone, one-on-ones, belly to belly, coffee cup to coffee cup.
So roughly when you did that expo, because some people have never done an expo, so they don't know what it is. So an expo is the LA Women's Expo. It's in the LA Convention Center, and it's a weekend of just like local businesses or women-owned businesses? Is that
Mhm.
what it is? Okay. So roughly, and she had a table, obviously, for the whole weekend with 3 other people, 4 including herself. So roughly, how many people would you say that you exposed your business to that weekend?
Gosh, I mean, thousands of people. I mean, there was over 25,000 women just that weekend that were in and out of that building. That was like the best event I've ever done, and it was such a learning experience.
Yeah, I'll share with you guys really briefly. I did a couple bridal events before Katerina was born, and it does take a lot of preparation. It's usually a little bit more expensive, but you can find something in your budget. If you do it with more than one person, it ends up being like not really that much, like less than $100 if you do it with 2 or 3 people. But doing that one bridal show in January, because January is bride season, let me tell you, all the way through the summer. So if you can find a bridal show at a local in your area, that one weekend gave me business for 2 to 3 months of sip and samples. So every weekend I was making like an average of like 100, sometimes 200, sometimes $250 in wraps, just putting wraps on people, making cash. And I was signing up customers every single weekend doing those sip and samples. So it brings a lot of business into your business, a lot of people, a lot of referrals, I mean, brides want what we have. That's the best, in my opinion, market for our products. But as long as you're in front of people that are interested in what we have and you're in an event that, I mean, I wouldn't do like a gun show, obviously. Like I would think about home and garden. I don't know if I do something like that. But you have to find the right audience. But when you do find that right audience in the expo or the event, it's just like explosive in your business. So I just wanted to add that. But go ahead, Stacy.
What else? I've done powwows because I actually used to have, she's Native American, and she went to all the powwows every year, and we would set up at the powwows, and that was really good because we would make wrap, like we would sell out of wraps. Like I knew if we were going to a powwow, like our wraps would be sold, so I needed to make sure that I had at least 20 wraps on me, like no ifs, ands, or. But
Yeah.
yeah, just um I used to do a lot of events. I loved it. I loved it, you know?
I like doing events too, honestly. I miss it. They were
So,
very fun.
so do I.
It's like a whole day that you're gone. So like you have to figure out what's going to happen with your kids and your husband and all that good stuff, your family at home. But it's totally worth it because just that one day or those couple hours that the event is, you're exposed to so many people,
Mhm.
hundreds of people, sometimes 100 people, sometimes more than 100 people. It just depends on what the event brings. But it's a lot of people that you never would have met any other way. And just like they were saying on the training yesterday, imagine if all those people that come to your pop-up follow you on social media. Well, now you not only have their phone number because they're going to text you because they have a cool little sign that says text me to win our contest, or win our giveaway or whatever. This is what we're doing with Host to Post on social media right now. So all we're teaching you how to do is doing it in person. But doing it in person gives you results much faster, in my opinion. Um, that's just what it's been for my business. It's been so much faster in person. So does anybody have any questions before we finish anything we
I
didn't
do.
cover? Okay, go for it.
Do you guys have any ideas for me, for like a place that I could ask if I could have a pop-up like all the time, like every day from a certain time? Like any ideas of locations that I should ask? since you guys have done this before?
Yes.
Like maybe like 9 to
local
12 or like
businesses.
12 to 3
Yeah.
before I get my kids from school, you know, where I can pop up for a couple hours every day. I'd even be willing to like pay a little bit maybe for a space. So I'm thinking of a few places I can ask, maybe like a library or something like that. I don't know if that's too much. What do you think?
What about like your local gyms?
Yeah.
Like,
I asked my gym where I go, but it's like a Planet Fitness. So she said like they're not out there.
What about a nail shop?
Like a smaller gym and like transferred somewhere out, like, you know, got a membership in there, the smaller gym. That's not.
What about, because you're so into beauty, I would target beauty places.
Yeah, salon shop, nail shops.
That was my
Lash
idea. I was thinking,
bars. Places
maybe
where
some
people get their lashes, tanning. Do you have any tanning places by you?
There's a tanning place like right by me, but they sell Advocare there, even though they don't have that. I don't know. The guy still sells it. He's
Do
like,
you have any like
product.
do you have any personal, okay, well, because you're so good at Instagram, I would go and look in all my Instagram friends and see if you have any local business owners as your friends.
I do have a friend that's local. I'm thinking she'll eventually, well, she already told me yes once, and to have like a little sample thing on her counter, but I didn't ask her about having a table. So I think I'm just going to say like how Stacy said and see what she says, because she also does lives and shows off their clothing. So I'm going to tell her that I can get people there or on the lives. If she will help me out, I'll get people on the lives, because I have a lot of people on my audience, so I can do watch parties for her when she shares the clothing or something.
Exactly.
Like,
Just tell her, you know what, I'm looking to, this is my line that I use. And because I just moved here, it works great. So I just say, you know, I'm a local business owner and I'm looking to expand my network and collaborate with other local business owners, and you own a boutique, and like talk to them taking yourself seriously. Like, I'm cool as shit. What I got is awesome.
because for me,
Confidence, really.
it's more about like, I'm really excited to do these because I've been wanting to tap into this for a while.
Yeah.
But it's like, I like schedules and I like routines. So I'm like, how will this work for me? Because like, I don't feel like I'll be as excited if I'm just doing it once in a while, which sounds really good. Like, you still get a ton of people, don't get me wrong.
So
And I've done it.
So tell
And
her
I'm
that.
okay with that. But if I have a schedule where I'm like, okay, I'm going there twice a week for 3 hours or something like that,
Yeah.
that makes me weigh.
So
like,
tell her that. Just say exactly what you just said. What's her name?
her name's my friend. Her name's Lisa.
Lisa, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to do this. I've been wanting to do this for so long. And now my youngest is finally in kindergarten. So I actually have the time to do this, because normally I grow my business online 100%. But I want to leave my house. Like, I want to get out of my house. I
like that. I'm going to write that down. That's really
I want to
good.
have fun. And so, Lisa, can I come by your place and do a pop-up Mondays and Wednesdays from this time to this time? Is that okay with you? And I want to collaborate with you on social media. So like, I want your audience to see, my audience to see what you're doing. And I'm going to be doing like lives when I'm there. So I want to help you too. I want to help you grow locally, because I have a very big audience on my Instagram. I have over 10,000 followers. Lisa's going to say yes. Trust me. Trust. Lisa's going to be like, can you come here every day, please?
Yeah. She's my friend too. So I think it's just more because she owns it with her sisters. And I've already offered to like give her and her sisters facials, because they're really into like looking super young, you know? They're really into like skincare and stuff like that too. So
right now, all you have to focus on is getting your foot in the door. Once you're in the door and they said, yes, you can come here twice a week or whatever, that's when you bring, like when you're already there, then you bring up that conversation and you say like, oh my God, Lisa, did you know we have a brand new skincare line? I have to get this on you. Can we do a live? That's it. It's not rocket science.
Yeah, and the fact that I actually have her as a friend, I think is good, because it's not as weird, you know? Like, she's my friend. She's my actual friend, so.
Yes.
We're not, like, super close. Like, we don't talk every day, but we've been friends for a while now, so.
Okay, well, get Lisa.
And I referred so many people to her, like, to get their lashes done or their eyebrows. Like, my mom went there. My sister went there, like.
So she does
So,
clothing and lashes, or just
yeah, so they started with the lash boutique, and then they switched it from that to also permanent makeup, and then they switched from that to also clothing, and then going live on social media. Like, she wanted me to do her lives and go to her place and like put on the clothes and share it live, but I didn't have time for that. So she has somebody go there like every night, put on clothing, and like go live and share different clothing they have on live.
yeah.
So they
that's
just
crazy.
recently tapped into online marketing. Like, they have never done it before. So I was even giving her ideas. I'm like,
So don't you think Lisa will want you there with your 10,000 followers?
yeah, she doesn't know that. I forgot. I didn't think about mentioning that to her, but
Yeah, that's
Not only,
that's your golden ticket right there.
not only that, business owners know other business owners. They stay connected.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
So
she's in a really busy area too. She's like in a little like mall where there's a bunch of other things.
but she
Yeah,
would
Even
tell,
outside would be fine. Like, I'll be like, I'll pop up outside. Okay, there's people everywhere right there.
Yeah, and then just tell her, do you know anybody else that owns a business locally I could do this at? Because I would love to help them with, my network and collaborate. Business owners love networking. Networking, when you have a business, is the oldest form of having a successful business. Restaurants do it, boutiques do it. Lots of businesses go. Do you have a local chamber of commerce? Do they have a meeting where you live?
Not that I know of. I mean, I've never looked into it, so maybe I should.
Make yourself a local presence where you live. Like,
Yeah,
make that your goal, as like people are gonna know me around here because I live here. So Chamber of Commerce, every city has it. Chamber of Commerce usually has a meeting, like a monthly meeting, or
Is that like
a
a
brunch.
city thing?
Yeah, it's like a city hall thing. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. They usually have, like, you can look online and see what they, now you guys are giving me ideas because I have two, I have to do my own. So yeah, they usually have like a monthly meeting, or some of them even meet more often. But basically, every local business is affiliated with the city hall because they know that if they go to those meetings, they're going to meet other business owners and they're going to get a lot of referrals to their business, and they're going to have people coming through their door. So they show up to those things. It's a great place to meet other people that own businesses. And if there's nobody there that does what you do, you're going to get a lot of business from that.
Okay.
So that's an idea. This Lisa lady, definitely do pop up with her. But then, can you think of anybody else? Like, anybody
I
that
don't know
owns a
anybody here
salon?
but my church.
Your church? Ask your church if you can do a pop up there.
That's what I was thinking too. I was thinking of asking my church and see if I could do a pop up, like, have it like set up for when the people get out.
A lot of churches have like holiday drives this time of year. A lot of churches have a holiday boutique, like as a fundraiser for their church. A lot of them do that kind of stuff this time of year. This is like prime time season for events
Pop-ups.
and little boutiques, and like everybody does that this time.
Yeah, and I'm gonna look up smaller expos too, because when I lived in Spokane, I did do expo like a couple times, like once every couple months with this lady that I connected with.
Yeah.
So I might just message her and see if she does any down here, if she knows anybody else. She probably knows people in Tri-Cities that do them.
Just make a list of everybody that pops into your head and just write their name down and talk to them. And you never know where that conversation is going to lead you. And the biggest tip I could give you guys is don't take no for an answer. Just keep going. Okay? If somebody says no to you, you move on to the next person. If they say no to you, okay, well, do you know anybody that that would want me to go to their house and do a pop-up? Or do you know anybody that has a business that would let me do this? If I'm doing this in a city I've lived in for like how many months, like maybe 3 months now, all of you guys can do it, because I could easily say I don't know anybody here because I know like literally 3 people here, Sylvania included. So,
There's a little like location right here too by my house. It's like a little mini mall, and it's like a dog spa and all this other stuff like in there. I might be able to see if that building will let me have like a little pop up in the front or something.
well, where do you get your hair, your dog grooming done? Ask them.
Yeah, that's where I'm thinking is where my dog goes. But it's like
Yeah.
a little mini inside. Like there's a boutique there. There's a mall. There's like a little dog spa.
When you start doing this, you start with the relationships and the people that you know. So think of like, where do you get your hair done? Where do you get your nails done? Where do you take your dog to get groomed is an excellent one. I didn't even think about that one. If you get your lashes done, where do you get that done? Do you know people that do that? Do you know people that are estheticians? Anybody in the beauty business, if you know anybody in the beauty business, that is a perfect person to collaborate with because you have complementary products and services to each other. So, Sandra's not on here. She already has two dates already. She was like, this day and this day, put it on your calendar. I was like, okay. Because she knows a whole bunch of places. She's worked at a bunch of different salons and stuff doing eyebrows. So she already has that like network. But for those of us that don't, because we're not in the beauty industry, those are great places to start. Local gyms, Pilates studios, yoga studios, and if you have a lash place by you where they do lashes, even private gyms, like smaller gyms like Crunch, Gold's Gym, those are smaller gyms. They're not like big chain gyms. Some of the big chain gyms, they're not allowed to do that for insurance purposes, or like they have their own stuff going on. Zumba, yes, Cassandra, good idea. Zumba studios, perfect place. You could be out there with your hydrate, with your coffee. Those people need energy. They just worked out. They need ketones. They need best fat fuel. They need all our products. Another thing too is a place where there's a lot of moms. So like, I don't know. I don't have my daughter's like not allowed to be in a lot of stuff because she's too little. But I don't know, karate studio, I guess. Like
parks.
Park, yeah.
You know what I was thinking? Like the local YMCA or something like that.
Yes.
I was gonna ask my sister-in-law because she's like a Cub Scout leader, and they have meetings every Monday. So I'm like, I should probably ask her if I could pop up.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna
You
ask.
should.
I just thought about it. My uncle has a church in Yakima. He might let me do it there, but it's like a smaller church with a lot of Mexican people. I don't know why I haven't thought of that.
Your uncle has a church? You
Yeah,
better be at that church every Sunday.
Right? I'm gonna ask. Now that I just thought about it.
Be like, ¿quieren café? ¿Quieren café? ¿Quieren
Exactly.
café?
Right before
¿Quieren
service
café?
in the morning.
Prueba mi café. ¿Quieres café?
And
¿Tomas
it's
café?
all, everybody speaks Spanish, so.
Yes. Dude, that is your in. See, we already thought of like 5 places. And you're like, I don't know what to do.
I know what to do. I just have to do it. Like I need routine. I can't do like random. Like I can't do like, oh, I'll just do it whenever. It's like I need a routine.
Oh, well, of course. I put
That's
it
the way
to
my
your
brain
calendar.
works. Like I'm like,
Don't just leave it open-ended. Okay, so let's talk about setting,
I want you to talk about how
setting the appointment.
Yeah.
Okay. Setting the appointment. So I went over this with Sylvania, and she has said that it worked for her. When she had a couple people that said they were going to do sip and samples for her, and she asked them many times. And then she was frustrated, and she asked me, do you have any suggestions? And I said, yes, do it this way. And then she did it that way, and she got somebody on Sunday to do a sip and sample for her. And she said, I did what you said and it worked. I said, of course it did. I've been doing this forever. I wouldn't tell you to do something that didn't work. Okay.
Oh my God, it worked.
Yes. Because here's what we have to do as yellows, because a lot of us on here are yellows. We have to be assertive. Okay. We have to get out our calendar when we're setting up an appointment, and we have to give that person that we're setting the appointment with, you give them your dates that you're available on your calendar. Okay. Because if you leave it up to them and you leave it up to the people that they're inviting, first of all, they're going to be like, I don't know what to do. I want to help my friend out. But this is what happens in most people's brains. Okay. Because they don't know. They don't know. Some people just don't throw parties on a regular basis, like family functions, or, I don't know nothing about that because my family's Peruvian and there's like 35 of us that show up to every single holiday event. So it's in my blood to plan events. And my family's very last minute. So I'm like, if I can get, a room full of 35 of my relatives together, I could definitely book a sip and sample. So this is what you have to do. You don't leave it up to the host. You give them the dates that work for you. You give them 2 dates. So I'll use Sylvania as an example. I don't know if she called or she texted Antonia, but she contacted Antonia and she said, I'm going to guess Saturday the 9th and Sunday the 10th available. What day works for you? And then Antonia told her Sunday the 10th. Okay, so once you get the date down, then you offer the time. I'm available in the morning and I'm available in the afternoon. What works better for you? They'll tell you the morning or the afternoon. Then you nail down the time. Okay, I'll see you Sunday, November 10th at 2:00. That's it. Okay, you don't leave it up to them, because if you do leave it up to them, okay, we're women. This is what we do. We like to be in community. We like to have friends. We like to socialize. So then we'll go and we'll ask all of our girlfriends what day and time they're available. And they'll tell you everything that they have on their calendar. You're going to want to shoot yourself in the head because you're going to talk to 10 of them and they're all going to do that. And then they're going to come back to you and then you're going to be like, I don't know what to do because they're not available ever until next Christmas, because this one's got her kid in soccer and this one's got her kid in karate and this one's got her kid in a play and this one, her kid's home already for vacation. And so it's like, we're never going to get together. So don't do that to the person that's hosting it for you. It's me. Okay? Just don't do that to them. Just tell them, I'm available this day and this day. Okay? What day works for you? Oh, I'm going to get back to my friends. No, don't do that. If you do that, we'll never get this on the calendar. Okay? Just trust me. I'm telling you this. Tell me what works for you, and then we will invite your friends on that day. And if they show up, if they all show up, great. If they don't all show up and you want them to show up, we'll do it again. Okay? We'll do it on another day. We'll figure it out that day. So then now, Antonia, whoever shows up, she's going to be super excited. But then whoever doesn't show up, Sylvania is going to say to her, okay, Antonia, those people who didn't show up, let's put another date on the calendar. Let's tell them now. Okay? The other thing, like what Nina said, always book a party at a party. Always book another sip and sample at your sip and sample. At your sip and sample, you're going to find another person that wants to do it, that wants to host. But then the person that hosted also probably didn't have everyone they invited show up. So you have them host another one. So the possibility of you hosting 1 to 2 more sip and samples from your first sip and sample is very high, because there's people in the room already. And you get out your calendar right then and there and you put it on the calendar, because if you don't, people forget. And you never book an event out or a one-on-one meeting or a party more than a week in advance, because people it will just not be on their radar, and they will just forget about it. They'll make other plans, and you want people showing up. So only book it out a week in advance at the most, not longer. Okay, because this isn't 1952. People are not like waiting and looking forward to, having a party with their friends next month. Like, that's not the world we live in anymore, unfortunately. Everything is more fast-paced now. So I recommend don't do it more than a week out. Any other questions? Do you guys all feel confident in doing this now?
I want to know, once you do a pop-up and you get leads, what do you do? How do you do the follow-up?
You follow up.
Yeah, but what do you say?
Follow up immediately. Because
Like
they just met you for the first time. So if you wait more than 2 days to contact them and you text them, they're going to be like, who are you?
Do you add them on social media right away at the
You
event?
add them on social media right away if you have their social media. I get my phone out right then and there. If they're not going to give me their phone number and they just want to add me on Facebook, I will literally get out my phone. I will look myself up on Facebook, and I will hit the search bar and I will say, type your name. They'll type their name, give my phone back to me. I'll add them right then and there. You know what? And I know for some of you that seems kind of aggressive because you're like, oh my God, they're going to spit at me. They're going to get upset. No, just tell them, you know what? I'm really busy. I'm talking to a lot of people today and I don't want to forget about you. So let me add you right now. Nobody takes offense to that. And if they don't have social media, sometimes.
So at the pop-up, how do you sign people up actually there? Like if they seem really interested, you tell them I can get you signed up right now, or do you give them a form?
You have order forms in your bag and say I can get you signed up right now. And you always be ready. Always be ready. Always go into that pop-up.
I just didn't know if like the pop-up was a little bit different than like a sample party.
No, it's not. It's the same thing. It's, in my opinion, less work because you don't have to like do a presentation. You just literally, here's some coffee, try it.
Or we can pull out like the Connect app and sign them up if they don't want to like put their information on paper, huh?
Absolutely. If they don't want to do paper, then you get out your Connect app and you say, here, we could sign you up right now.
Or we can send them a link right then and there. And they can just do it from there.
Send them a shopping cart link right then and there. Yep. All of that is in this guide.
I know, but I like hearing it from you better, from you guys.
The follow-up has to happen between 24 to 48 hours is what I was taught. Especially if you're doing an expo. If it's an expo and you have like 100 people to get back to.
How early do you you guys like set up when you go? Is it like 20 minutes, like real quick, or do you when you go to set up?
It usually takes like 20 minutes to set up. Yeah.
You just need like a small table.
Yeah. Ask Lisa if she has a table or if you should use her own.
I have one that folds that I got for like birthday parties and stuff.
Okay, so say, do you have a table or should I bring my own?
Okay, I think that's all my questions.
Okay, so yeah.
I feel like a newbie right now.
Follow up 24 to 48 hours because if you don't, they're going to forget who you are. They probably talk to a lot of people. If it's an expo, they definitely talk to a lot of people. They're definitely going to forget who you were and what your face looks like. Sometimes I even send them a picture of me from the event. And I'll be like, this is me, remember? You tried coffee.
Oh, and I just made a picture last night with my face and all my social media. So that would be a perfect one to send.
Perfect.
I have all 3 platforms there.
One more thing I want to add is when I have these little slips of paper, okay? I have these little slips of paper that they fill out with their phone number, okay? And it has a little section that you check off what you're interested in. So they check off what they're interested in. When I'm talking to them, if we have the time to have an actual conversation and they're interested in a specific thing, I write it down on the back. So when I follow up with them, I don't forget what we talked about and why they wanted, like this person wants to lose 60 pounds and she tried a whole bunch of different products. So when I call her back, I've already followed up with this person more than once, by the way. When I text her today, I'm following up a lot today. I'm going to mention, hey, you said you wanted to lose 60 pounds. Do you still want to do that? So that helps me stay organized.
I kind of have something similar to that. And it says your personal health and wellness survey. So
Check you out.
yeah, what goals do you have? And then one's like lose weight, grow a hair, diminish cellulite. So a bunch of choices they have. Then I have it where they put their name, phone number, email. Check here if you are interested in earning some money. So I have this right here. I'll look where I found it, and then I'll post it, or I'll put it on documents or something in our group.
I want to make an album on our team page about this for everybody that has never done it. Oh, one last thing I forgot to mention. Your number one objective when you have a pop-up, an expo, a sip and sample, a one-on-one appointment is contact information. Even if they buy nothing from you and they try something, they walk away, they don't sign up to be a customer, they don't sign up to be a distributor right away, they're meeting you for the first time, and that's it, contact information. Have a way of contacting them again, either on social media or their phone number. I prefer their phone number, but if they won't give it to me, Facebook is good too. So if you didn't do that, then you just wasted your time. You have to get contact information. Look at people like, this is the future of my business. Whatever relationship I end up having with the people that are walking by my table is the future of my business. This person could end up having 5 parties for me. If I don't get their phone number, how's that going to happen? You know, like that's how you have to look at it. You're tapping into multiple people's networks. Okay? So, and I'm also loud about it on social media. I post wherever I am and whatever I'm doing. And sometimes that gets me leads. Like when we went, Sylvania and I, to the college the first time, I had somebody that ignored like 50 of my messages. I don't even know how many messages. And I went to the college and she was the first person to comment. Didn't read none of my messages. And she comments, "Oh, my son goes there. I'm going to pick him up in an hour." Okay, cool. Now we have something to talk about. Now we have a conversation starter, you know? So you never know where it's going to lead. And that's the best part about it. I'm going to stop the recording because it's like really long now.